Hello everyone, we are back. Bharat, Sundaresan and me, Melinda, Farrell for Sporting News Australia. The Netty Professors have been on the trail of a story or something. Here at Adelaide Oval in the net sessions today is first England and then Australia ran through their paces, and there were a few interesting things that we noticed. Bharat, first of all, England's bowlers looked very good and England's batters were trying to survive a trial of pace and nippiness.
Yeah, there was no love. Forget about being love. Lost shown from the English bowlers to their batters. You know, they come into this test after more or less having struggled at the Gabba, and you would have thought they would have taken a little easy on them. Not at all. And it was a pretty spicy pitch, and I can see in the background some of the Australian players just leaving after their net session. So maybe they are looking for some clues, some tips from what the Netty Professors have to offer. And Mel's louder than me, so whatever she says is being logged by them for sure. But yeah, like I said, there was one pitch in particular where the fast bowlers were operating in, and regardless of whether it was the first group, which was Overton, Broad and Vokes, or the second group, which was Anderson, Overton and Anderson, Robinson and then Stokes. Then it was they were breathing hellfire and brimstone, and like lots of body blows, lots of blows to the ego as well. It wasn't easy going out there.
It was pretty ferocious. Speaking of Ben Stokes, he spent about 20 minutes, a good 20 minutes, going through his run up and his action with Chris Silverwood, the England coach. So that was obviously to try and rectify this issue he had with all those no balls during the first test at the Gabba. So that was quite intense, wasn't it? This whole period he spent with him. And then, of course, the knee jarring that made him look so uncomfortable and hobbling about at the Gabba. Once he actually got going in that fast bowling net, any knee issue seemed to be well and truly gone, because blimey, Charlie, was he quick as well, moving it about. He actually badged Joe Root, got him right on the scone, and I don't think I've ever seen Joe Root hit in the head in a training never.
Like that, yeah, no, he jarred him, and I think he hit him there were 3 blows. One, I remember on his thigh, and Ben Stokes celebrated after that, then the head, and then I think he hit him on the shoulder or the arm.
I think he got hit on the hand as well.
And,
yeah.
And then that actually raised some concern amongst the English camp, but Joe Root was fine. But yeah, and see, Ben Stokes didn't find it any easy when he was batting in that net. He was clean bowled by Chris Stokes on a couple of occasions, so he wanted to make up for it. But he was steaming in for 40 minutes or so.
Yep.
There was this air of what could Ben Stokes be going through? How fit is he? I just blew it away in that one spell. But how good were Broad and Vokes?
Oh my gosh, they were so. When you talk about Stokes getting bowled, I mean, I think I saw Josh Butler get bowled by Stuart Broad. I think I saw Malang get bowled by Vokes at one point as well. There was a lot of, if there were wickets to fall, there was a lot going on, which. And it's a funny thing, everyone talked about this pink ball day-night test probably suiting England, but when you say that, I think you're probably talking about England's bowlers. It may expose their batters, which I guess brings us on to Australia as well. And the most disappointing thing, they're not behind us, are they? When they're behind us.
I don't know.
Oh no, they've gone far enough away. I'm not that loud.
Could be. I saw a couple of them turn around. But
Don't say that. Speaking of, we were all set for the bowl-off. We were so excited. We were like ready to pump up Michael Neser in the bowl-off against Jai Richardson. And it didn't happen. It was a complete fizzer because, they had a bit of a bat-off first, gentlemen. They had a bit of a bat-off first, and then Michael Neser sort of went and Jai Richardson bowled. And it was pretty clear he was bowling in the net with Mitchell Starc, and Pat Cummins was in another one, but it looked pretty much settled, didn't it, Bharat, that Michael Neser remains a fringe dweller, and the dream doesn't happen, and it's like, why?
I know. I mean, I dreamt up the whole scene. I've even written down my speech that I will give the Australian team when I hand him the cap. But well, we might have to wait for it. But never say never. I mean, yeah. Look, Michael Neser, being Michael Neser, chose the spicy neck to bat in, so he showed that courage that he always does, regardless of what he does. And you know, no wonder Justin Langer calls him the heartbeat of the Australian side. And you know, I saw him much later on walk out from the indoor nets from having done a gym session from the net. So look, Mel, I'm not giving up yet. Maybe it was just a case of, look, Ness, as they call him, it's already decided you're going to play anyway, so why don't you go, work on your fitness and just give Jai a run, make him feel good about himself. And he was bowling really well as well, because come the test match, it'll be your turn.
It annoys me that they call him Ness, because his name's Neser.
Exactly.
It should be Knees, not Ness. Knees. He should be Knees.
Yeah. You just leave most batters
Knees.
on their knees when he bowls.
Exactly. It should be Knees. We might have to have a word.
I'll add that to my speech when I'm the test captain.
I mean, you certainly wouldn't blame anyone for choosing to play Jai Richardson, because he looked as good as anyone looked in the nets. He had a zipping and whipping and fizzing and everything. It was all happening. But someone who didn't look particularly comfortable was David Warner. He did bat probably for about 25 minutes, maybe just throwdowns. When I say just throwdowns, but a couple of times he played pull shots, and we weren't standing that far away, but you could hear. Oh, was that the noise?
It was.
Oh.
Got it right. David Warner might not be too far. We could ask him to give us a real replay. And like once he was done, I saw him just walk and have a chat with Justin Langer and the team doctor, and he kept touching his rib, and then George Bailey came across as well. So I'm sure they haven't taken a call on him. He had a chat with George Bailey and the physio before he went into the net. So we'll have to wait and watch. I think they might give him one more net session, or maybe they've taken a call, because the replacement you think would be Usman Khawaja, but he had a decent bat, but it came much later in the day. I mean, always risky to take a call on batters 2 days out from a test. So we'll have to see what they do tomorrow afternoon. We'll get a clearer picture. But on the basis of how he went today, maybe David Warner looks a doubtful starter, as this.
It looks though it's one of those things. If anything, he was hitting it cleanly, and the movement was okay. I think it might just be a pain management thing. It's a pain thing. I think.
It is.
I don't think it's actually something that is going to get worse or something like that. I think it's just management of the pain for him. But he got massively bruised ribs. That's going to hurt. Right? If I do this, that's going to hurt.
Are we going back to last year when you tried to push me up?
Yes, yes we are. So that was pretty much the day in the nets for us. It was pretty hot, but pretty beautiful to sit there and watch the Australian team and the England team go through it. We're going to be back to do it all again, optional training session tomorrow, so maybe not as much. It was certainly a very, very busy day for us at the nets, for the players at the nets as well, and we enjoyed bringing you all the news. What's on for tomorrow?
What's on for tomorrow? We'll find out if what I said about Michael Neser is true, because I called the day before the test the Michael Neser day, because that's the day he comes and troubles any Australian batter who dares to face him in the net. So that will happen tomorrow, but it could also mean that the dream is, we're not there yet. But apart from that, I think it'll be interesting to see if we get any more clues about Anderson and Broad. Surely Anderson or Broad will play. It'll be interesting to see if both of them get a go. Jack Leach pulled for a decent while alongside Dom West. We'll still stick to the spinner. Lots of questions to be answered, and we'll be back.
We'll be back. We'll see what we can find out for you tomorrow. See you then.